A major legal fight is officially underway over Washington's new income tax. The Citizen Action Defense Fund filed a lawsuit today seeking to strike down the so-called millionaires tax. Former Washington AG Rob McKenna is leading the lawsuit and has now been joined by former state Supreme Court Justice Phil Talmadge, who was also a Democrat senator. Fox 13's Alejandro Guzman breaks down this bipartisan fight against the governor's new source of revenue.
This is the first legislature and the first governor I'm aware of since we've had the current Constitution in place that has chosen to bypass the voters, bypass the constitutional amendment process, and pin all their hopes on the Supreme Court.
A lawsuit filed in Clintatac County is now challenging Washington's new income tax on people making more than $1 million a year, arguing it violates the state constitution. The complaint says the law creates a 9.9% income tax on people or households with a gross income above $1 million, while those who make less do not pay any income tax at all. That's where the legal fight begins.
And the principle that applies in Washington courts is income is property.
An argument critics argue Washington courts have long ruled, which means property taxes must be uniform and capped at 1%. The former attorney general also argued the state is ignoring nearly a century of precedent. According to the lawsuit, voters have rejected an income tax 10 times.
The voters had a chance to amend the Constitution again. They rejected it by a wide margin. And just as they rejected 5 subsequent constitutional amendments that would have made a graduated income tax possible.
Governor Bob Ferguson pushed back in a brief one-on-one on the day he signed the bill into law. He took a jab at the legal team leading the challenge.
I'm very familiar with Rob McKenna. As AG, he was on the opposite side of many cases we brought, and we've never lost a case when Rob litigated on the other side. So we feel confident that we'll prevail yet again against him in this lawsuit.
The case is expected to move through the courts over the next year, likely landing before the Washington Supreme Court. Former Washington Supreme Court Justice Phil Talmadge says the justices who decide this matter may not even be on the bench yet.
But I think it might be especially significant this year in these Supreme Court elections where there are a number of candidates vying for these seats on the Washington Supreme Court with these consequential decisions looming.
The tax isn't set to take effect until 2028. Those first payments due April 2029. The income tax is also expected to go before voters and could be on the ballot as soon as this fall. Alejandro Guzman, Fox 13 News.